Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on FTB Skies. How you guys doing? Now on today's episode we're gonna do some work. Well, and you just got a loopy spawning over there, though I don't think they give anything I want at the moment. But you know what, let's just grab this while I walk you through the intro of the episode, and I guess I can walk this guy through here as well. Come on little guy. Yeah, today we're going to be working on industrial foregoing, which means latex, which means a new room has appeared. Well, besides the bee rooms, which I kind of need to wait on the bees to do a lot of honey, because I want to expand properly and automate some things, and for that I need a bunch of honey, so I kind of need to let them do their own thing over there. And this guy will go over there when we're done. Ooh, a heart. But this room is going to be the industrial foregoing room. Now, like I said the last episode, in order to farm what we need, we're going to use an acacia sapling, and we're going to need a phytogenic insulator so we can farm latex. Now, this guy already has all the attachments that he needs, with some components and a cycle reprocessing, and then an amplifier so it actually works a little bit faster. It only needs two things: power and water. Now, in order for me to get power, I guess we can just hook it up from the side. It needs water, so yeah, you can see I have an input here, which means I can probably get a sink going. Maybe can I get a sink going? Well, not quite, so I kind of need to go and cook up some clay, so let's go ahead and do that. There we go, we have the water issue solved. Now, there's a bunch of things that I kind of need to work on. Now, first of all, if I turn on auto output and I put this guy over here, I think this energy should allow us to get at least one. Just one. I just need one to see if it's going to automatically output into here. And if it is, yeah, it is gonna be enough. I kind of need to make sure that this guy only has access to the acacia blocks themselves. So any moment now, and boom, and he has the acacia logs. Okay, that's good. He didn't actually do anything, so I didn't actually get an extra sapling. I kind of want to see what he would do with that, but with that in mind, I think that's actually perfect. So if we just hook this guy up with this and that, or I don't even need. Yep, that's perfect again. I think I don't even need this. I just need a normal drawer. Yep, I just need a normal drawer that gives me acacia saplings. And you put it over here, put the sapling over here, put the void upgrade over here, and then make sure that this guy also outputs to the top, which means whenever he gets acacia saplings, he will output here. The logs will be outputted into here. Now that's perfect. Requires redstone? No, you're always on. You're always placing something into here. Okay, that's really perfect. Ideally, you could do this from below, like this guy placing blocks upward. And then you have four sides of this block where you can attach something to. But I don't think that's necessary. Because yeah, as you can see, we have three sides where we can hook this onto, which is probably enough. And actually, I got a better idea. Yeah, I got a better idea. Now, I'm gonna move this guy forward one. And I'm gonna make more of these. So let's just go ahead and quickly look onto placer. Now the recipe for this is quite basic. If you're at this point in game, you should have enough to place these, like a bunch of these anywhere you want, basically. And I guess we'll kind of line it up with that wall over there, and we can line it up here, which means they will all be placing down logs here, which means I can just go ahead and do this and this. And now this will give us a good amount of latex. Now all we need is a logistical transporter that links into all of these machines. just like this. That's perfect. And there's actually something missing right now, and that is power. Now you see that all of these guys can run on power. So I do have a flux point, so I'm gonna hook it up to this guy so he starts producing things. There we go. He should now be perfectly fine fueling that guy up. This guy should start filling up these placers, so everything is good on there. Now I need to power all of these fluid extractors. Now there's a couple ways I can do this. I can just link cables, but I believe we have access to these things, these guys, this wireless block chargers. Now I kind of want to make these guys for the reason that this basically allows me to have this guy power the entire area from a single spot. Okay, this is items. Okay, and this is the maximum. Okay, so if we were to power this guy from, let's say, here, let's highlight his area. Okay, so that guy is just barely outside. So okay, so I'll be needing a couple of these guys. So I guess I could put one there, and I can just quickly go ahead and make another one of these. So give me one of these, and give me one of these. There we go, and put it over here. Now this is just so I can minimize the amount of cables that I have. So if we were to make some more points right now, which I believe I need to craft something. Yeah, I need to craft some flux cores, which need me to craft some eyes. There we go, I got some more eyes for you. Okay, we can dump that on there. And we need 2 points, which you can just hook up on here and on here. There we go. You're not really powering. Okay, so you can't power from above. Can you power from the side? Yes, you can. That's perfect. So we just do the same here. Power them from the side. My network, because everyone's got a network here on the server, and boom. As you can see, all of these machines are now fully powered. Now, the reason I'm going to do this is because I want to run some pipes. So if we take a look at pipes, oh, I need more. And there we go. I just hooked up some pipes. I even moved these guys back one block, and I'm pumping everything into here, into this elite fluid tank, which I think it holds like 128 buckets. So that's a lot of latex. So I will have these guys giving me a bunch of latex. Now, of course, if we have latex, then we need the latex processing unit, which is the next step, I believe. Even if we go through the quest line, exactly, this is the next step. Now this of course requires us to have a bucket of latex and a bucket of water. We have a latex bucket from a quest line. I'm kind of confused as to why I don't have buckets, but I guess you can just grab a couple of these and you can actually use the sink right over there to do this for us. So if you type just latex processing unit, we only need to do a bitty machine frame, and boom, we have a latex processing unit. Now I don't know how many of these I can run. Maybe I can run 2 at the moment. I think I can run 2. Yeah, I think I can run 2 of these. So let's grab another 2 of these and try and make this work. There we go. Now everything's working. Now these guys also need water, so I had to put another sink here, and I moved these guys once again so they would actually be powering this as well. And there we go. We're now starting to get some tiny dry rubber. Now this, of course, we can then auto craft probably through a packager. It's probably like the easiest option that we have to make ourselves some dry rubber. And this dry rubber can be smelted into some plastic. Now I don't believe the dry rubber is any other thing. No, yeah, it's just straight up cooking. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do the packager, if I know how to Type it. Well, this was going way too smoothly. Yeah, it was going way too smoothly. Well, apparently for the packager, there we go, we need this, a crafting machine, which is an automated 3x3 crafting. And this guy is pretty simple besides the crystallized amber, which means we need liquid magma. So we need a melting chamber, so that will basically melt the magma. And then we need some fire chargers, some blocks of redstone, some gold, and then we can do some crystallized amber. There we go, crystallized amber done, which means packager done. Now I'll just straight up put the packager into here, which means I can straight up put logistical transporters here. And if we type these into that goes in there. This does have a UI. It is being charged, which is perfect. This is basically one of the reasons why I love this block. This is very, very cool. So yeah, we're starting to get some dry rubber. We just need to put it into somewhere that it can be smelted and store it, I would say. And just like that, we have latex automated. Now this looks a little bit wonky because this guy can't move a block further. He has to stay there. So these guys are powering him. Maybe I could push these guys forward another block. I can. I actually can push it forward another block if I really want to. But for now, I guess it can stay there. It just means we still have a clean half room here for some other stuff. Now, since we now have access to latex, and I actually just gonna go ahead and lock this. Just because it's not really necessary to lock that, but I can just pick this guy up and boom, we're good to go. Now that we have this, apparently we need a PD machine frame, and then we have a dissolution chamber, and we can do some add-ons. Now we are gonna be working towards a lot of these machines because a lot of these machines are actually pretty good. Mainly if you're playing in Skyblock, of course, the lasers are incredible to get some resources without using the sifter. Like if you don't like the sifters from create in the beginning, you can just progress towards the lasers, and then you're actually going to be able to get pretty much everything you want. Like I don't think there's anything missing here. Like go to the mining, yeah, you can see you can get pretty much all the normal resources. You can even get the ores of some of them, which is pretty cool. You can get glowstone. There's probably something that you'll still be like needing the sifters for, but if you just want ores and stuff like that, yeah, you can get with this. Now I went ahead and made the dissolution chamber, and this guy is basically like a decent crafting table for some of the industrial foregoing machines. Now these guys actually have some kind of wonky recipes, and you can automate them and you can lock their inputs, which is pretty good if you're trying to automate specific recipes. So you can just input the items here like from anywhere, and if you have the recipe locked, they will always go into the right place, which is pretty cool. Now let's take a look at what we need to do, because take a look even at the book. This is one of the things that we had to do, is make the dissolution chamber. Then it tells us to go and make a simple machine frame. Now this is basic because it only requires us some latex, which we already have, so we can make a simple machine frame. So that's pretty cool and dandy. Now the problem afterwards is the advanced machine frame, because the advanced machine frame requires us to have the simple one, but it also requires us to have some pink slime. Now the pink slime we can automate through our bees, which probably is going to be one of the automations that we're going to be running, but as an easier version for this. It's one of the machine outputs from the mob slaughter, and the mob slaughter is kind of simple. We just need, of course, the plastic to make the mob slaughter, and this will basically annihilate any mobs and will also annihilate their drops. So there's no drops, you don't need to worry about having a sorting system or stuff like that, because if you have a mob farm, put a mob slaughter, it just kills everything. It doesn't even drop not a single item. So guys, we need to make the mob slaughter work, and for that I'm gonna temporarily put this dissolution chamber right over here so we can get some latex going, because we need to make some add-ons, you know. I'm gonna say what's the like the biggest one we could go for. Well, we can technically go as big as we want, though I'm reckoning only a tier 3, tier 4. I guess we can do a tier 4. Now, of course, this is the recipe, as you guys can see: 2 redstone, 2 glass pane, and a couple of iron nuggets. So let's go ahead and try and get that sorted real quick. And so, as you can see, boom, we have a extra range tier 4. Now I'm gonna go upstairs because I set this thing up. I just made a little bit of a cube with some dreadful dirt, and we already have a couple guys spawning in. But this guy, as you can see, it has a range. The range is quite small until we actually give it this. Okay, now this makes the range be a lot bigger. And they're gone. Now, I do have a little bit of an issue. And actually, that range is way too big. That little bit of an issue is the Mega Torch. I keep trying to push it back and back and back. It's getting close to, well, being in the exact same spot as the other one, and they just keep not spawning. I have to keep pushing it back because it's still way too close. I don't even know the range of this thing. I think it's like 64 blocks, like in all directions. If I take this one out, is that gonna do anything? Just take it out. I know if I take it out, it works. I think I've seen guys spawn. Hopefully. Come on, do it. There we go. Oh, that's the shady villager, and he's dead. Okay, that we kind of needed that guy, by the way. Well, that thing aside, you can see we have liquid meat and we have pink slime, and I already went ahead and made a couple of ender tanks. And let's see what comes out of this thing. Hopefully. Oh yeah, okay. We kind of need to. Okay, yeah, there you go. Okay, that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. Because this is liquid meat, this pipe has liquid pink slime. So if I go ahead and put the pink slime tank here, it's all good until I run out of pink slime or liquid meat. So I guess we can even make this a little bit better, but just by placing it there. So I can just put a mechanical pipe here. There we go. And boom. There we go. Now, hopefully everything goes where it should be. We can also turn this thing off because we know this is now working. Hopefully I also don't get mobs spawning into here. Hopefully I don't. So yeah, this is now working, which means we do have access to pink slime and we have access to liquid meat. I made an elevator here, go up and down. Why did we need that? For one of our next machines. Now, if you guys made the quest lines, you should also have these speed add-ons. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and give it to these guys. So we do have a better influx of latex. So I think this one is missing. Okay, it's missing only on this one, but you can see we pretty much have a constant stream of latex. And I also hooked up an ender tank here. And I now have 3 different ender tanks. One for pink slime, one for latex, and one for meat. Now we have 3 chambers right over here, so we kind of need to set those up. I'm probably gonna do like latex, pink slime over here, and the dirt, or the liquid meat, sorry, can be used on a mechanical dirt. Like if we type dirt here and we go and search for that, there it is, this is the one. We can use it to make this. Now the mechanical dirt is a block that works with liquid meat, so technically this setup can feed itself, because that mechanical dirt replaces that cursed earth, which means we can then replace that and hook it up into a mechanical dirt setup that uses this meat, because I don't need the meat for anything. Like I literally do not need this for anything. I'm not kidding. This is wasted right now. I don't need it. So we're gonna make that setup, but we're probably gonna make it bigger. Not right now. Right now we're only trying to get a little bit of a pink slime going. So I want to kind of hook this up to a filter, but this works at a pretty pretty basic setup right now. Oh guys, I think I actually found the better solution. You see, like, this thing is now fully, like, it was completely filled with liquid meat because this guy is completely filled up, which means this guy will slowly but surely run out of pink slime. And whenever this guy runs out of pink slime, when I'm using it, this guy will start like flowing in liquid meat here, and I don't want that. So hopefully this helps us. This is thermals, like from thermal series, a fluid duct. This is windowed so we can actually see what's going on, and I made up some attachment filters and some turbo servos. Now I believe if I do that, yeah, it immediately will start pulling in things. Now I want to give this a filter. Now I don't quite remember how I filter this. I don't remember. I don't remember if I can actually allow or deny. Oh, I can do that. There we go. So how is this not actually? Oh, because it has to be placed first. Okay, so let's do it like this then. You go there and you go there. Huh, perfect. And then the servo goes here. Perfect. Now they're still not filtering anything, so I do still need to go ahead and grab myself a bucket of each, hopefully, and a bucket of big slime and a bucket of liquid meat, and we go into the filters. And can we do this? Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, and this is allow, and this is allow. There we go. Just like that, all said and done. This should, in theory, work. Right? Hello? Oh, there it's going in. Yep, there we go. It gave us some more pink slime. Yep, that's going in. That's going in as well. There we go. Perfect. Now this means that the setup is now fully done, which means these guys will never have the wrong liquid. So I'm gonna start with latex over here, and what we're gonna be doing on right now is going into industrial foregoing, and we need to sort of, I mean, you can't quite call this automation because it's not gonna be automation as of right now, but lock a machine to do this recipe right here, the simple machine frames. Okay, and now we can just put the iron ingots here and we lock on this recipe. Now we can go ahead and use these mechanical pipes now. There's like nothing is gonna mess with it. So we can just do this and the latex will come into here, and there we go. We have this thing working, and whenever we want to input items, this will lock the recipe right over here, which means everything should go fine, and we should always like remember this from the head because it's here. There we go, exactly as you can see. And if we have the items in our inventory, we can just click them all and they will just go into the right place, and boom, another quest done. And we are now doing the same thing for here, and now this will give us the advanced machine frame. You can see it takes 500 pink slime plus all these other things, and will give us the advanced machine frame. There we go, and I just locked it, so that's the recipe always right there. Now with this we can go ahead and make a whole bunch of cool things. One of the main ones that I'm looking for is the enchantment stuff, the applicators and all those other things, because there's a few things I want to try out and explore, probably not on today's video. And there's also apparently the supreme machine frames now. These ones weren't in stone block 3, and apparently you need these ones to make the wither builder. So if we want to do wither automation, we need to go through here, plus the supreme black hole tank. That's kind of cool. Nether star mycelial generator. I need to see what this is all about. I think it will probably produce energy out of nether stars. Yeah. Okay, that's quite cool. Now, just to wrap up today's episode, I want to show you guys, don't run away, okay, all the bees in all their glory. And I actually want to show you this that I found out. It's the feeding slab. Now, the feeding slab allows you to actually place, well, everything wherever you want. Like, you don't really need to place like grass, and I believe these blocks work as well. You can just place them in a feeding slab. And you can see my bees have been hard at work. Yes, they are working pretty hard in terms of giving me a bunch of resources. Now that I have a lot of these things, if I go into productive bees, there we go. Yep, we have a lot of comms. Now I needed this so we can actually use it to make some blocks, because these blocks, or apparently not these blocks, so it's not these ones. I mean, we do have regular honeycombs, so maybe these ones will help us. So we need a bunch of these. Yeah, okay, so we need these ones, because with these ones we can go ahead and make some of these filters, so we can then upgrade our beehives right here. But as you guys can see, I can only make this, which means we can only make 4 different upgrades. And I've been trying to hook up things over on this area right here. As you can see, I've been working on this area, and we do have this one, which I'm probably going to try to work to see if this actually works with the Enderman head, because it wasn't properly working. The Ender bee was not doing what it was supposed to do. I don't know, maybe that's a bug. Hopefully that's not a bug. But you know what, guys, it's with this a little bit of a tour. I still need to break up that wall. Then we're gonna end the episode here today. Probably a little bit of a shorter one in terms of content, but I promise you guys, I've been hooking up with a lot of things, and I'm basically setting up a whole bunch of other things so we can go big in the couple next episodes. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, and see you in the next one. Bye.